Another day. Another attempt. Mm-hmm. 6, 7. Hmm. 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 Hold up. Made a mistake there. Almost there. Almost there. Must be one of them. Hold on. I made a mistake somewhere. Let's redo that a little bit. Shouldn't be making mistakes. So I did the 8 like that because the 4 cannot contain this square. Same with this and this 4 square. Ah. Yo, Pinkerin. Welcome back. Puzzle's going alright. I've played a little bit off stream today. And I got up to 41%, I suppose. I unlocked more of it. You see this very sexy picture of a man. Unlocked this part today. Very much worth the effort. Some more general progress over here and on the right side. Also, I've just been getting faster at this, basically. But I think I made a mistake here somewhere. Because the fourth one needs to be one of these. Because they can't both be blank. So that means all of these surrounding ones are not it. Yeah, that works. So how are you doing? Yeah. Little pink wren. How have you been? I'm just slowly chipping away at the challenge. Trying to keep myself sane. With a little bit of chat. Because I can do this offline, it's just not as fun. Also, I put on some non-in-game music today. Hopefully it's a little bit better. More varied. I got mad today about some gaming news. Well, mostly about a reaction to gaming news. You ever heard of the game Islands of Insight? You probably haven't because it's a financial flop. Didn't sell very well. That's kind of besides the point though. So there's this game called Islands of Insight. It's a kind of an open world puzzle game. Kind of like, not unlike The Witness, more like The Witness on a grander scale, if you know that puzzle game. Like a very ambitious Witness game. Either way, the game launched like 5 months ago. And even though it was a great game, it was a financial flop, mostly because it was online only, and it really did not need to be. A lot of people were turned off by it because of that. And I get it. I like the game for everything except for its online aspects. So like a month or a month or two ago, they had to announce that the developers are looking for new jobs because the game was a financial flop. Exactly, a puzzle game that's online. It makes no sense. The reason why it makes sense is because it's like a shared online 3D world. And you can see other players, you know, walk and fly around in it. You can see them engage with the puzzles. But other than that, it's just that. You just see the avatars of other players. And that's it. There's no actual use for it. Apart from, you know, feeling a little bit less alone. I mean, yeah, it's a good con. So here's the thing. The puzzles in that world, they are pretty great. They are one of the most entertaining and best curated puzzles I've seen so far. There's a lot of logic grid puzzles, but also like visual puzzles, some movement-based puzzles, some very varied. It's just a large, very beautifully looking area that you can just stroll through, and pretty much everywhere you look, there's something for you to do and solve. Every puzzle is made in such a way that you can either solve it in like a second or two, until up to like 5 minutes. They're all bite-sized little puzzles. Either way, I'm getting off track here. It's a great game. One of my favorite releases of the year, even though it's a financial flop, and the game company behind it went bankrupt because of it, and the developers are looking for new jobs. And I think it's mostly because they launched it online only, while having absolutely no online only features in it. So you had to be connected to the internet in order to play. But then like a month ago, they announced like they're gonna develop offline mode, which is something a lot of players have been asking for, which is pretty hype to me. I mean, that means since the game company is shutting down, at least the game will be preserved. I think a lot of companies can learn from that. I'm looking at Ubisoft. A lot of game companies don't put in the care, the aftercare, you know, when a game dies, to make it available for, you know, anyone who might be interested into it in the future. I think that's pretty awesome. So today they put a post online on their Steam page like, yo, we're announcing the date when offline mode is available. It's going to be the 9th of July. And to celebrate the occasion, we'll do a 24-hour promotion where the game is for free for 24 hours. Not just as long as you get the game within those 24 hours, you get it for free for life. Because it's like a 100% discount on your game purchase. You know, and it's understandable. It's because the game is kind of, you know, low on active players, and they kind of do want like a new influx of players if they can manage it. Yes, Green, welcome back. And indeed, it's a very good practice. I think they really should be commended for that. It's something that's just not default, and it should be default. It should be. I mean, I think it should be required by law. If you have a game that you release, and then it's made unavailable to those who have purchased it, I think that's basically theft, right? They're like, no, we're taking the game back. So that's a bad habit, and they did that correctly. So now here's the rub. here's the thing that ticked me off. Within that community post of the devs announcing this, hey Droopy Tantrum, welcome back. So the thing that ticked me off is this. Like most of the comments about that announcement, which I think was a great announcement, it's like, oh, well, are those of us that, you know, bought the game for money gotta be compensated? Because now I want the game for free as well. Like, bro, it's a promotion. I'm like, when are you gonna add achievements into the game? I never asked for this, bro. People are mad because they made the game. They're gonna make the game free for a limited time and they paid with money. Absolute losers. And I'm not talking about like a vocal minority. It's like most of the comments are pissed because the game is gonna be free for a limited time and they paid money for it. It's such a weird concept. I mean, I would have gladly paid even more money for it because I enjoyed the game that much. I didn't even think for a second of, getting a refund on my game after I played it over 100 hours. But people are actually mad at the developers for doing the right thing. It's such a weird concept. But yeah, you do check it out. I mean, it's gonna be free for a while, and it's a great puzzle. If you're into like logic puzzle games and you like beautiful open worlds, well, there you go. It's the perfect mix of the two. It's basically if Zelda Breath of the Wild was filled with only logic puzzles. Also, welcome everybody. Mr. Baum, how you doing? Green. Heck yes. Such a cozy bunch again. Though, check out the progress, man. Look at this progress. It was definitely worth the effort I put into this section. You can have the front and back view too. Those are some rock hard abs. Heck yes. Yeah, it looks like you. Awesome. So yeah, that's my rant of the day. There's this movement currently led by a YouTuber called Aiden Ross, I think. Oh no, Ross's Game Dungeon. I was. Hold on, let me double check that. It's Accursed Farms, right? Ross Scott, not Aiden Ross. I thought I remember that name from somewhere. It's Ross Scott. He's the guy who does Freeman's Mind series, if anyone knows about that. But he's leading this giant global lawsuit to put game developers to the test, right? That when they stop supporting a game, they should make it available for free, or at least on offline mode. And games a lot of games that are published by Ubisoft, they fell in this category of when they stop supporting the game, it just becomes unable to play it anymore. And then they become abandonware. And everyone who paid money will stop being able to play the game because, even though it's usually an offline game, it requires at least an internet connection to start up or to install, which is just a terrible practice. I think everyone should support that. It's an effort that's mostly focused in Europe, but the thing is with European laws is that most likely when the EU gets involved, then the rest of the world follows because, the developers, they're like, we're making the offline version for Europe anyway, might as well make it available globally. Nintendo is just exactly the same. Nintendo has a snack for just not making a game support anymore, and then just 10 years, 15 years later, re-release like a remake of it. Oh yeah, this is definitely the end game model of Sisyphus, just pixelated. I can recognize it by the underwear. And I agree, Pinkren. When a game does not need an internet connection, it shouldn't have it. And that's probably the reason why that game I mentioned before, Islands of Insight, it's probably the reason why it was a financial flop, because it was not worth the online hassle, the online only hassle. Sissy gains, I love that. Tales of Serious Gacha games there. Oh yeah. So yeah, I just hope like more game companies follow suit. I think developers of Islands of Insight, they got the right idea. Even though there's this really toxic community that doesn't seem to appreciate it. In all honesty, that just makes me sad. Everyone who doesn't appreciate that effort, they can go and buy Ubisoft games. Yes, exactly, Green, because there was writing on the wall for that game as well, the Islands of Insight game, because it was not selling well. And a lot of people hold off of selling it because of the online only aspect of it. They're like, oh, it's a live service game, so I'm not gonna buy it. And there you go. It was a financial flop. Even though it had like over 1,000 players at any current moment for like a month or two, which is pretty healthy for a game. But it just fell off because of, whenever a server issue occurred, people got booted off the game. A game that's about puzzling offline. It doesn't make sense. Reek Sweeper. This is the game. You're looking at it. It's true, Pinkren. When being treated like shit is the default, you don't see the abuse when it's happening right to you. I guess that's a very sad truth in a way. Trying to fix up this region here. We're at 96% completion here. But I can't seem to find the inn here. AXOLOTL Sweeper. Dude, I want a version of this game where it's just a different AXOLOTL every time. Different AXOLOTL in every section. Level 2 maybe. So another thing they could have done is actually make the game worth the online only mode. You know what? No one's complaining about World of Warcraft being online only because it's an MMO, and that's what this was branded as too. It's like an MMO puzzle game, but the truth is that it wasn't. When you open up the game, it's just a single player adventure, and you just see other players also playing the single player game. It's like if I was playing this game, I could see the cursors of other players, I could see like other players move their cursors around, but I can't see what they're actually doing. I can't interact with them. It's a weird feature to have. Wait for the modder community to make that for you. I hope to finish the game before then though. But yeah, I played the heck out of it. I'm immediately confronted with the fact that I am much worse at this game, and I'm also chatting, but I can't stop. It's too damn cozy in here. too much of a good vibe. Ah, there you go. This one only is one. So it's over there. So yeah, that's my rant over. That just got me worked up before I started the stream today. Just some tiny minor injustices in the world here. World needs fixing. Kerfuffled. That's right. Go start some beef. Go start some beef. I'll just play the game. Gum chewers. All right, real question, chat. When you're chewing gum and like the gum is out of flavor, spit or swallow? You a spitter or you a swallower? Let's see the divide. You haven't chewed gum for 10 years? Nothing suspicious about it, Mr. Brown. Spit or swallow? It's a really normal question. Can you elaborate? I usually swallow the gum, and my girlfriend didn't notice from me until like a month ago, when I don't know, for some reason we had a pack of gum laying in the hallway, so we both took one. And then we were in the car, and then she asked me like, "You wanna spit out your gum?" She handed me like a wrapper. I was driving. I'm like, "Nah, I already swallowed it." She got mad. You shouldn't do that. Like, that shit will stay inside of your like digestive tract for a long time. It's gonna cause all sorts of problems down there. It can get stuck, it can get infected, you know, a lot of fear mongering there. And I'm like, wasn't that a myth? Like, isn't that just something they used to tell you, but it's not actually true? So I looked it up, and it's like, oh, goddamn. Some sources say there's some actual truth to it. I thought that was just fear mongering. It's not like, so the actual myth is that it'll stay in your side of your digestive tract for like 5 years or something. That's not true. But it does have a habit of sticking to stuff, and you know, it kind of makes your digestive tract a little less efficient for it, and it can in rare cases cause troubles, but it's not very common. Yeah. Anyway, I will. My stance isn't strong enough on that one, so I guess I've converted into a spitter. But yeah, up until like a month ago, I just didn't care. She is a sensible person, yeah. Only thing I still don't know is why she's still sticking around, but hey. Well, I guess we have a son now, so she's kind of stuck with me now. Weird how that didn't work, Droopy. Weird how we ended up just chatting again, but on the other hand, I'm making progress. Green, you would actually chew the same piece of gum until it starts like digesting inside of your mouth? That's commitment. That's probably tells you that you're a very a person who doesn't waste stuff. Bet you don't buy a new phone until your current one is broken. See, that's I mean, this is the reason why I didn't believe it, right? Parents say stuff like that. You know, a tree's gonna grow inside of your belly if you swallow the seeds. I mean, that is a lot of bullshit. That's actually a lie. Just straight up lying to you. For what? What's the point? Nice one, Green. We should probably all strive to be like that. Heck yes. So the thing about swallowing seeds, right? Man, this is a very sus conversation, but swallowing like fruit seeds, it's no big deal. You can do it. Probably the reason why people told you to not do it is because well, there's this the danger of, you know, it getting stuck in your throat, but that kind of counts with everything, right? But you know, especially when you're little, you kind of don't want to have to deal with you potentially swallowing something that gets stuck inside of your throat. But more importantly, like, seeds can contain like poisonous substances, right? Just in very small doses. But you know, if you hear like, oh, you can swallow like a seed of a certain type of apple, just know that it contains cyanide, and cyanide is very poisonous. Just a little bit of cyanide and you die. But you know, the dosage is so small that it doesn't actually matter. Hell yeah. I love cyanide. It brings me happiness. If you know, you know. Let's see who of you all are cultured enough to get that one. You'll gain immunity. That's an interesting concept. I've heard about the, snake handlers and stuff like that. They consume small doses of snake poison to boost their immune system to it. So if they ever get bit by the snake, their immune system can already handle the poison. It's based on like an actual science. It actually works. Unless I got lied to as well, but as far as I know, it actually works. Now the trick is to get the dosage right. When you hear like, oh yeah, this snake, one drop can kill 1,000 people. Well then, gotta make sure you get less than 1,000 of a drop. I guess that's the hard part. You can only make a mistake once. You will not be immune anymore. If you can choose any immunity for anything on the world, what would you choose to be immune for? I wish to be immune for bullshit. Be able to tell whenever something is fake. Actually a superpower, by the way. You know, in the future when AI is going to replicate your voice and it's going to use you to get money out of your parents. You know, have an AI call your parents with your own voice. Dude, imagine then just knowing, no, I've got this immunity for bullshit. And I just know you're an AI. Although let's not open up the AI can of worms again today. I think we beat that horse to death yesterday. Future is now. Immunity for cancer. Man, I wish we could just, create that immunity for everyone though. I don't think that's one it's great if any one person will never get cancer. But what if no one would die from cancer in the future? People are working on it. But science is slow, especially when funding is low. Science goes as fast as the money flows, which is kind of sad. Kind of means like a lot of the things science hasn't solved yet means they're either really hard to solve or the project doesn't get funding. Oh, that's immunity from earthly desires. Let me think about that one. I mean, immunity from the requirement of having any desires. Imagine just being content. It's basically It's basically just achieving happiness, right? Contentment, just being happy with the state of things. Yeah, I like that idea. Will there ever be a Discord? Whoa. I was kind of waiting for a point in time when having a Discord would be beneficial. I kind of figured it'd be there at some point, but I haven't made it yet. See, I don't want to... You know, I basically started streaming 2 months ago, and I knew like having a Discord server is pretty basic, but I don't want to like make one too early and have just this barren wasteland of a Discord server. So I've been holding off. Not sure when such a thing would launch. Like honestly, I kind of just wish it would have. This is not to put like anything on you guys, but I kind of wish it would just happen. You know, I would not have to do anything for it. Like people would just make one, an official one, and I just like join that one. A little bit of a hands-off approach. Is that lazy? That's probably lazy. Been following for 10 years. Have you now? So my YouTube account is actually pretty old. But I haven't actually created any content for like... I don't know. How old is YouTube? 15 years? That's something I actually want to Google. How old is YouTube? 19 years. Wow, YouTube can vote. Assuming I only joined YouTube like a year after its existence. So I was working at this one. So immunity from all forms of damage. I will literally become a Terminator. That's also an interesting concept. Because then what happens when you punch a wall? You actually start punching holes through walls in order to not damage yourself. You basically become Iron Man. Although I would like that. If you have like damage negation, I assume that like kind of includes pain negation, right? Because is it like pain is like a form of damage, of a way for your body to let you know you've been damaged. I know Jujutsu Kaisen. Yeah, that's just what's that called? A backlash, a backlash punch, something like that. A delayed punch. Interesting concept. Yeah, I mean, because it's like the for every action there's an opposite reaction, right? But what if you negate your side of the deal there? Where does that portion of the damage go? it's gonna go back into the person you punched. Interesting concept for a superpower. Just negating the laws of physics for maximum damage. Because it basically means that every punch does land twice as hard. Not a bad superpower. Very interesting. Maybe you can do some cool stuff with it. And because this would count for almost every reaction, right? You open up a door, the door opens twice as fast as usual. Because there's no backlash. Well, if you can channel the damage I take back into my punch to punch again. Like storing up the energy. I don't know, I think the power is cool enough on its own. I mean, look at how helpful you could be in real life. Like, doesn't that mean you can just carry everything you ever could carry? Like, imagine you have to carry like a car. You take a random car on the road. And you want to carry that one. You're gonna apply a force to it. And the car is going to want to apply an equal force back into your hands, right? Which for most people means you can't lift it. But that energy is then transferred back into the car. Kind of like the more weight an object has, the more the lighter it becomes, basically. Although it could be just twice the weight because you get back the energy you put into it. But yeah, it's like a double. It's basically a strength doubler. Yeah, you can carry twice the weight. You can, yeah, kind of like that. On top of there never being any backlash. So as long as you can move the thing, you probably won't even notice that you're moving it, because there won't be any like anything forcing you backwards. This is a really weird conversation to think about, but yeah, that's when you take a superpower and you make it like very realistic, have it follow the laws of physics. Interesting thought experiment. Let's negate any opposite reaction. What other Newtonian physics can we break in order to gain a superpower? Did I just do this entire blob? Not bad. Oh, it's this one. It's always looking at this. There's this other guy in Jujutsu Kaisen who has this ability. Whenever he claps his hand, he can switch positions with another person. Putting aside any debate about whether teleportation is actually kills you or not. Imagine having like it's gonna sound real bad, but let's imagine you have like an army of people at your, you know, in your service, basically, put at very tactical places in your life, like one at work, one at home, one at whatever grocery store you visit often. just places you visit. They're basically become fast travel points at that point, right? Just have people at certain places at all times. That power can just be fast travel between any point where you made available a person. And yet this guy in Jujutsu Kaisen spends his life walking. He's not using his power correctly. Very true, Penguin, yeah. Basically like that. Imagine being such a person, though. Let's imagine someone paid you to, you know, occupy a certain area. He's like, just don't stray away too far from this spot for any undisclosed amount of time. And at any one point at random, you're just suddenly teleported away. And you didn't even know where you'll end up. Or wherever the other guy was. You just live life like, you know, you might just vanish at any one point at random, ending up who knows where. And then what? What if he doesn't come back to you? What if he cycles through to someone else? Now you're just at some other spot that you need to occupy. Hey Smajet, do you retain momentum though? Well, I think so. I think that's how it worked. How's momentum determined? Yes, I do think any object you're holding, because in the show, like, they are teleported with the clothes on, so I assume clothes are also, in a way, objects that you are holding. So that works. Hold on, this 8 right here is very sus. It needs to be over there. Got him. So yeah, now you're this guy being paid to stay in a place, but at any one point you could be transported to a different place without any warning, and then you have to occupy that spot instead. So there's a big downside to it. You can't use it to like visit friends, because when you change positions with said friend, you just end up at their house, but then the friend is, you know, back where you are at. So you actually do need like an expendable army of humans. This sounds so funny. Imagine a show that's just about that concept. Fast Traveled the movie. I could see a show about that. Fast Travel the movie. Misclicking. That's true. Like, if you're the destination you have chosen first from their house, you can now, you know, you're basically now a live-in housemate. I guess it does work like that. Is it? I didn't know. Jumper? Wait, that sounds familiar. Hold on, let me do a real quick Google. Jumper in the movie. A teenager with teleportation abilities suddenly finds himself in the middle of an ancient war between those like him and those sworn annihilators. Yeah, I think I saw this, actually. But that's an old movie. Yeah, 2008. Interesting. I don't remember much of it, though. I just remember that I saw this on the TV. Yeah. John Wick, but nobody moves. Hold on. Is that like a reference to the movie? 7th level in Geometry Dash Light. I suddenly got reminded about this different movie that had like the same vibe of this, like this society in the background. What's it called? It was like, I don't remember the name of it, but the basic concept is that there's people who can shoot bullets that curve. Like you swing your gun while you shoot, and then you can like shoot a curved bullet. I completely forgot the rest of the premise there, but something about them getting like assignments to kill people. So they're basically hitmen for some secret society, but then they find out that secret society is kind of corrupt from the inside, some shit like that. I don't know why that reminded me of that one, but it just popped up in my mind. Wanted. Was it? Wanted movie. Oh. Yeah. Superhuman killing bit. I think that is the one, yeah. It does look like it. And it has like these big ass guns as well. Yeah, I think that's the one. Morgan Freeman. Yeah, I remember Morgan Freeman being in it. You are correct. My poor explanation was enough for you to pick it up. I always notice that I'm terrible at holding like remembering names of movies and shit like that. Some people have that ability. Now that's a superhuman ability I would love. Never forgetting a name or title of anything. Just have perfect recall. I mean, just the social benefits alone. So link click is teleporting using pictures. Oh yeah, I think that was like the gimmick. Like he had to like see the place or remember the place or like at least know where the place is at, something like that. There were rules to the teleportation gimmick. Or else you could like end up somewhere wrong. The rules were weird. But hey, as long as they're consistent with it, I don't care. There's this this joke about time travel. You could like travel back in time. What if you like travel back like in time like a day? What would happen? And then they show a picture of you being stuck in the void of space because the Earth would have moved on by a lot since a day has passed, and now you're just stuck in the middle of space, slowly suffocating to death because you went back in time, but you didn't adjust for your position within the space. A lot of time traveling movies do not take that part into account. I think that's very crucial. Gotta make sure you're still at planet Earth when you do teleport, or when you time travel. Yeah, rookie mistake. Something to think about if one ever actually tries to figure this thing out about time travel. You know, maybe time travel does work, but every time people did it, they teleported themselves into the void of space. Or even worse, like within the Earth. Like imagine going back in time like a second. Now you're within the Earth crust, mixed with the, you know, with the ground of dirt of the Earth crust. Your molecules intermingling with the molecules of the Earth, because they don't have any space to go. Kind of like you're being forced into a really tight space, becoming a small dense mass within the crust of the Earth. Maybe that's how fossils are made. Who knows? Oh, interesting. Going back to stop bad people from taking advantage of it. That's actually a really cool premise. I got that reference, Mr. Baum. I've also watched Steins Gate. What a classic. Man. That's one of those slow burn animes that's worth the burn, you know. Because I think time travel is a very hard thing to get right. Because it opens up a big can of worms, right? A big can of worms about determinism. About whether you can actually change something. There's also a lot of like different rule sets you can apply. Like, is it like Back to the Future time travel? Or is it like Steins Gate time travel? Or is it like Attack on Titan time travel? There's a whole bunch of different versions of it with different rules, different consequences. And now you gotta make that sure the player knows, or the watcher knows. There's a lot of explaining to do when you introduce time travel to something. It's a very delicate balance. I wouldn't touch time travel with a 10-foot pole if I would ever write something. I'd be too afraid to fuck it up. Write myself into a corner. Speaking like I'm actually writing novels, I've never written a thing in my life. Not actually worried about it. Yeah, like plot twists like that, Droopy, are like what make it kind of work, because it makes it so that like the time travel isn't necessarily essential for a plot. It's just a cool ending to a story. You know, making the thing a loop in some sort of way. Interesting concept, Pink Rim. Yeah. Then some people are just essential. Like, gotta keep like the butterfly effect in mind. Like some really regular, mundane people are actually really important because they might have a son who then invents, I don't know, the cure for cancer, who then makes it so that a certain person lives, which is the person who invents time travel. Also, Mr. Baum, that's cool. I think people don't write stories enough. It's a really, I don't know, a really healthy way to like be creative. Just writing stories. It helps you with, you know, it helps with many things, like being able to articulate yourself, being able to explain things, because you're kind of always practicing explaining things. Also, just being better at language in general. I remember back when I read a lot of books, I was also more familiar with, I don't know, like fancy words. Is that the right name? I just had a bigger I'm messing up this word because it's not my first language, but vocabulary. Vocabulary. That's the word. I had a better vocabulary. I'm still messing up this word. It just doesn't sound right, but I think y'all know what I mean. But yeah, back when I read a lot, I think I was also just better with words in general. Felt like I lost that ability along the way a little bit. Vocabulary, yes. How the hell did I mess that up? I feel like if I see the word, I can pronounce it easier. Strange. Vocabulary. Now there's a phonetically spoke. That's actually really helpful. Vocabulary. So Pink Rim, that's like an actual game that's out, or did you describe like a story or a movie? I don't exactly remember. Darkest of Days. Let me write that down just to make sure. I've got this list. This list of recommendations that I keep. And it's a long list. But whenever I feel like I'm getting bored doing something, I just know that there's never a reason to actually be bored. It's all because you rented it. Oh boy. Remember when we used to rent movies, like physically? Here's another superpower that I would like to have. You know how, you know what? At some points in your life, you consume some form of content. It doesn't really matter what, but It's something you're very passionate about and you want to share this with others, right? Let's say a movie you like. Let's say the Jumper. Let's take the movie Jumper. You just watched Jumper. You're like, God damn, everyone I know and their mothers needs to see this movie. You get really excited. And then you go towards your friend's house, your homie's place, and you're like, my dude, you should see this movie. Jumper. It's really good. It's awesome. And then he's like, oh, what's it about? And then you can't explain it. That's me. It's about teleportation, but it's different. It has rule. It's just really good. Like explaining the premise of a thing in order to sell it to someone, that's a skill on its own, and I lack it. I have noticed that I cannot do it. I mostly end up just saying like, just trust me, it's really, really good. I know your taste. You're gonna like this. But I can't quite put into words why, because I suck at explaining the thing. That's an ability I wish I had, just being able to explain why something is good, just on top of my head. Some people are really talented at this. Trust me, bro, exactly. Just, have my recommendations ever led you astray? Probably not. But then when the shoe is on the other foot, like when someone explains me like, you should watch this show, and then they don't explain anything about it, I will then not watch the show because I forget about it. There's nothing to remember. Yeah, it's good because it's good. I had this problem with this show called Arcane. It's this show based in the world of League of Legends, if I'm not mistaken. And it's just really good. It's very strong. It's a character-driven piece. You don't need to play the games or know anything about the games to enjoy it. But then why is it good? I don't know, it just is. It's just good. Sometimes a thing just is good. Like, I almost fear that I would spoil some of the goodness if I talk too much about it. Like, for those who have seen it, I can like tell you that how good the show is because of episode 3 of that show. But now you know that it's gonna be good at that point, right? You gotta still have it be a surprise. So you gotta sell the show in a different way, and I just lack the ability to do such a thing. I lack the ability to just concisely word what the show is about and why it's good. Apart from just gushing over it, like I just really found it the best ever. It's good. The show changed my whole life. That's how Mafia works. It's true. It's just so good. And if you don't watch it, I'll just recommend it to you tomorrow again anyway. Ooh, I had this with recommending The Last of Us to my girlfriend. Not the game, the TV show. I thought the TV show was very good, brilliant. And so I was like, it's this show about like kind of like zombies, right? But it's not really about zombies. And it's true. The show isn't about zombies, although it is a post-apocalyptic show about zombies. but it's not about that, you know. So if you dislike zombie movies, zombie shows, you might still like The Last of Us. But try and explain that to someone who actively dislikes zombies. So just trust me on this one. And it gotten to the point where I tried to sell this show so badly that she got put off by it. Just for the fact that whenever I mentioned it, she would just immediately be put off. Just the idea of the show. And she ended up not watching it because of it. And I feel responsible now that she didn't get to watch this good show that's good and awesome, because I could not sell it to her. I feel like because of me, she ended up missing out. I bear the full responsibility for that one. Isn't that weird? So yeah, Arcane, good show. I think the way they incorporated like some of the songs into it was really, really strong. Oh, you know, so I have beef with Netflix about the show Arcane. Like, sometimes you gotta let a scene breathe, right? And Arcane does that a lot, you know? Sometimes you have this still shot that looks beautiful and you let the music play a little in the background, and it's just, sometimes it's just like, what's that? You know, when your skin goes goosebumps. It's goosebump inducing sometimes. And then sometimes some scenes are just really, really strong because of that, because the show takes itself serious and just allows some moments to breathe and have a lot of impact. And then if you know about the old episode 3 ending, that's a scene that needs the space, right? And there is space added at the end. There's this song that begins playing in the background, and there's a lot of strong vocals in it that, you know, that accompany the scene. And there's these strong visual shots about this fire burning, and without spoiling what it's about, it's just a really strong moment. And then the credits roll, but the song continues, and the song is good. It like, if you listen to the song itself, it gives you like this, it's made specifically for that scene, right? The whole song, it's not just a random song. They made it specifically for that episode, for that scene. And then it's like halfway through the song when the credits start rolling. And then because Netflix is Netflix, they autoplay the next episode and they cut off the song. And yes, you're not missing anything vital, right? But just let it breathe. Just let that moment simmer a little bit longer. Just have it not autoplay the next one. It kills any momentum that scene build up towards the end. It's such a like a whiplash moment. Like all of a sudden, oh, next episode. You know, and that next episode starts with this upbeat part, and it's currently like it didn't matter, you know, like they threw away the scene at the last minute. And it's not because of the series, it's because of Netflix's autoplay system and how it doesn't let the credits of something be part of it. Is that a weird tangent to have? I think that's pretty. I think some shows should disable that, or like decide themselves when the end of an episode truly is. Like, what if there's after credit scenes, right? Then you'll never see those. And yes, Pinkman, when someone tries to really get you to watch something, I won't. This is the effect, like the mainstream effect, basically. I've noticed this with back when Game of Thrones was big. Everyone was watching Game of Thrones, and I didn't start watching Game of Thrones until like season 3 was in the making. I was finally like, okay, fine, whatever. I'll just watch the bloody thing. Because I had nothing better to do, this overhyped piece of garbage, I'll probably hate it. And it ended up being a really solid show. And then I was like, okay, yeah, I get why it's hyped. I get it now. But it's a really hard show to sell you on. Like, there was this time when a lot of shows were just like, it's really good, it's like Game of Thrones. And that would sell you into it. I remember back when Attack on Titan was compared, like, it's the Game of Thrones of anime. It's the Game of Thrones of anime, you should watch it. Back when season 1 was still airing. The Game of Thrones became this metric to measure quality by. Funny how that changed, right? Funny how that suddenly stopped being true. You can probably turn off the autoplay in the settings, but then you lose it when you do need it. Although I have like the last time I truly binge watched anything was a long time ago. One of your favorite Netflix shows, Dirk Gently. Dirk Gently, never heard of it. Dirk Gently. That does not sound familiar at all. 2016. It's dated in terms of Netflix, but is that who I think it is? Elijah Wood, the good old Hobbit. I guess. A lot of time travel suggestions in the chat. Wait, was I not playing this game? When's the last time we completed a region? It wasn't a big hit, and he didn't get to make a new season. Sometimes there are gems in the rough like that. It's true. Yeah, Pinkren, you're seeing what I'm thinking. There's like a new theme every day. So yeah, we've gotten to this point because of the ability to sell a show to anyone. That's a thing I wish I had. Can't like count the amount of times I recommended a show to someone and then they ended up not watching it because I just didn't sell it good enough. And I always feel responsible then, like it's a failing of my own that I couldn't convince the person to do it. Because now they're missing out on something. Oh, hold on. God Gotcha. Sorry, words are hard. Should this be a just chatting channel instead of a gaming channel? I mean, if this is how much we talk with just the lot of you, imagine like 10 times the amount of people in the future. I just wouldn't get anything done. Just a chilling channel. Imagine meeting yourself from the future, not believing yourself. I meet myself in like 20 years. A 20-year older version of me. I'm like, oh shit. I'm gonna be bold? Shit, man. Funny you say that. Like, I'm not sure if anyone is familiar with the channel Jack's Films, but he released a video about this very thing today, I believe. I think the stars aligned for that thing to be true, but it's true. He released like this comedy sketch of himself meeting himself from like 15 years ago when he started his YouTube channel. Trying to stop himself from uploading his first video, saying that it's not worth it. You should try thinking about ruining your own life, Pinkrin, and if Mr. Baum stops chatting, then you know it worked. Just have the intention of ruining your own life. That'll probably get rid of him. The only thing you know about Jackson's was the sniper of the... Oh, really? I've known about Jackson's like, for many years now, I suppose. He used to do this series called Your Grammar Sucks, where he would rate the comment section of different videos and pick out like the worst written, grammarly incorrect comments and just try to act them out. It was a good time. But yeah, he got this big Sniper Wolf drama, and there's this realization he had, like, that's the biggest he's ever been. He's never been as successful as he was when he got into YouTube drama. And that's a pretty sad realization, actually. Because for a lot of people, that's now just where he's known for. He's the one who got doxxed by Sniper Wolf for doing Sniper Wolf bingo. Oh shit, Pinkrin, I think it worked. I think Mr. Baum was you, because he just upped and left. I think you may have erased him from existence. Although it's kind of sad to know that you did just ruin your own life, though. Oh well, for science. Yeah, it's true. It's mostly because Sniper Wolf was bigger. Although Jax Films was the OG YouTuber. He's one of the he's one of those who were around when YouTube was like 2 or 3 years old. A real OG YouTuber. What was it doing? Right, this region. It's true. There can only be one. Maybe the moment you realize the truth, the realities collapsed in on each other, and we're left with only one of you. This 8 is definitely... God damn it. It's the 6. All of these are possible. Oh, those are not possible. All right. I love how badly Sniper Wolf handled that situation. It's kind of funny to see people completely make the wrong decision when they're mad. Although I know that's bad, but you know, car wrecks can be interesting. Baum. Just Baum. The world has truly shifted today. The timelines have been changed. We're not at the same dimension anymore. There's an alternate reality where Mr. Baum is still Mr. Baum. But we're not in that one anymore. I feel like I can do a lot more in this little spot, but I'm not seeing it at the moment. That one was free. But Baum, for real, stop messing with time. Kinda like the reality we currently inhabit. Just casually messing up the timeline. We had a good thing going, goddammit. If only your future self told you about this, warned you. Although I guess that would defeat the purpose. When multiple versions of yourself are watching the same stream, is that considered view botting? That's the real question. This might be bannable. Call the cops. Something illegal is afoot. Call CERN. CERN wants to know your location. Oh, you made a mistake. I didn't see that correctly. I missed this one. Alright. YouTube doesn't need to know. Well, we won't talk about it again then. Let's not draw any more attention to it. Let it all go back to normal. For some reason, whenever I make good progress, I'm like, why am I not still in this region? I was trying to finish this region. And all of a sudden, I ended up here. Oh well. Oh. The time travel stream. Truly is. So I was thinking about changing my my branding a little bit, because currently my my YouTube handle is just my entire, like, currently doxing myself with my YouTube handle. I should probably not do that. It's probably a bad habit, although future me hasn't stopped me yet from doing it. So we might be good. But what to change it into? I have no idea. Like, imagine having to think up some sort of like a company name, like a handle for yourself, but it also needs to be kind of relevant to the content you make. Also, every handle in existence is already taken. I wouldn't know where to start. But it's probably a thing I should do sooner rather than later, because well, the later I change it, the more people are gonna be confused by the sudden name change. Call my channel Mr. Baum and Co. AXOLOTL Gaming. Gotta use the in-jokes. Really? Interesting. You find me by typing Peter World Record. Interesting. I never realized people would try and find me that way. Feel like at some point we kind of steered away from speedrunning content, but that's just because I kind of don't feel like doing it when you know, when it's this hot outside. Well, it's this hot inside. I'm sweating like crazy. I feel like I need to like make it so that I can actually stream some more CPU intensive games during the summer. Recent drama is making. Yeah, what's the most recent drama? It's Dr. Disrespect, isn't it? Isn't that the latest juice? Dr. Disrespect and texting minors. I don't even know that Dr. Disrespect. Well, I heard about him. I never watched his stuff though. Yeah, you can't avoid it. Everyone needs to talk about it. Everyone needs to have their opinion on it. I just feel bad for whoever the minor is that is the victim here, that needs to like relive all those memories because now suddenly the shit got viral. Having to watch apologists for Dr. Disrespect. Allegedly, though. It's all alleged. Yeah, I mostly get my juicy news from Moist. From Charlie. From Penguin Zero. From the Big Moist himself. He goes by so many names. He is one of those people who changed their handles like a couple of times while he was big, and it turned into this, right? Oh, he confessed. Oh, not alleged then anymore. Oh, there you go. There you go. The only thing I found like very peculiar about the thing is how he used the term "no wrongdoing was found," which is basically just legal speak for "I got away with it." Yeah, I mean, even if it's true, I'm not gonna assume it's true. But even if that's true, you're texting a minor but without any intentions of any, you know, future hookups. That's just saying it because it didn't lead to a hookup, though. That's like one of the, you know, those Chris Hansen moments when the guy walks into this sting operation house, and he gets in there, and then like he's being stopped by Chris Hansen. He's like, "Yo, please have a seat," and he's like, "Yeah, but I didn't do anything yet." So I'm in the clear, right? I didn't actually have intercourse with this child. So I'm in the clear, right? Yeah, that's just a sucky argument. The old cupcake. What's that guy's name again? What's this guy with like the weirdest handle? BD something something. I am actually ashamed by how up to date I am with a lot of the drama. I should not be this up to date. Like, take any random drama that's happening in my own country, I wouldn't know about it. Any celebrity gossip about like any local news, I can't tell you about it. Online drama though, I'm just always informed. For some reason, I am always informed. EDP for, yeah, exactly, that guy. The Mr. Cupcake himself. I actually watched this, kind of related. I was playing this off stream earlier today, and I was watching this expose documentary about the VR chat and how much grooming that's going on in there. Quite disturbing, actually. Very disturbing. But it just goes to show how bad the legal system currently is to, like, hold these... Oh, interesting. Did I make a mistake there? To hold these people accountable for the shit they do. Because a lot of it is online, and it's really hard to trace some of these people who do all this alleged stuff. Drake and Kendrick Lamar. See, like, that's too far removed from me. I know about their beef with each other, but it's just I don't care about those celebrities. I don't care about Drake. I didn't even know who Kendrick Lamar was. But I guess now I know that he's winning. I still don't care about it though. Oh, hold on. I mean, sometimes I just don't care about it, and sometimes I do. I think like the Jax film stuff, for example. I knew about Jax films before. I'm a long-time subscriber of his, so I already knew about his content about her. So when all of the stuff went tits up, I was actually interested in where this would go. I guess it's just my circle of interests. It doesn't completely align with all of the news out there, but I'm actually quite involved with YouTube because it's such a big part of my life. Not because I'm kind of doing YouTube at the moment, but I'm also a very passionate consumer of it. I don't really work without YouTube having playing in the background. It just happens wherever there's a place you can send messages to other users. That's a quote. I don't remember what it's from, but that's exactly just... That's the whole... Yeah, the whole reason why stuff is the way it is. That's crazy. Well, what was that from, Rupert Bunny? I remember that quote from somewhere. This is why I want that perfect recall ability. So I can quote whoever I want, whenever I want. It's like I have this vast library of knowledge in my head, but I have no index cards. So it's like, sure, let me look that up for you. And then halfway through looking it up, I forget what I was looking for. Where am I at? Still go. Really? I was not active on Twitch when the drum was there. I was mostly only on YouTube. But yeah, that's a very truism, Rupert Bunny. It's something I feel like I am, well, not just me, but like a lot of people of our generation, we are in a unique position of knowing what content and what websites out there are safe for children. So I have a, like, probably mentioned it many times so far, but I have a 6-month-old son. At some point, this human, this leech, at some point my son is gonna go online, right? And I'll be damned if I don't like monitor what's going on. Being a very intense user of the internet, I know how fucked up it is. And I'm not gonna like be in a position where I could have done something to prevent some grooming or something. I don't want to be in that position. So things like VR chat, stuff like that, dude, that's gonna just be a straight up ban for me. See, like a generation older, those who are not involved with like online spaces as much as we are, they don't know, and their kids, they grow up unfiltered. Those are the kids who take the most damage. It's very sad when parents are ill-equipped to deal with, you know, like they can't recognize what spaces are actually safe for kids and whatnot. I think I do know what those safe spaces are. At least I like to think that I know. But I guess time will tell. Hold on, let me read chat for a minute there. A little bit behind. Parents should teach their kids what science we consider. Yes. Like, probably until your child can flawlessly recognize any phishing emails, they're not ready for social media yet. If they can't recognize when they're being scammed, stuff like that. See, I don't want it to be like overprotective, right? Where instead of teaching them how to be vigilant on the internet, they'll just learn how to hide their activity from the parents, because, you know, because, for example, I'm always being a hard ass, you know, making sure to spoil all the fun. It's a delicate balance, because all my friends are on TikTok. The computers, especially phones, are not at all designed not to be addictive, so that's yet another problem for kids. I can't even activate the red light on my phone automatically. Yeah, yeah, it's quite the situation we're in. And I feel like, again, that's one of these things that, like, my generation is like uniquely equipped for, because a lot of people of my age, we grown up with and without tech. You know, we've had the childhood without technology, and then it was introduced to us, so we know like both worlds basically. I hope I'm not overconfident in this, and this is actually true, but knowing what a world looks like without all this technology is a unique perspective in the future, a very unique position to be in. It makes you like appreciate it more. Overprotective kids just find a way around. Yeah, exactly. You'll just teach your kid how to hide their activities, right? It's best if they also understand the importance of it. It's probably the best. Now, make sure they know that they can always be, talk with me about this stuff. It's something else. It's a problem I'll have to deal with when the time comes. I mean, like, I feel like at that point though, like 4 years from now, when, like, longer, it's a little bit longer away, but when they go to school, they will probably teach that stuff at school though, because it's starting to become quite the epidemic. I know there's courses about it already, and that will just be the norm, which I think is fine. But I've seen this sentiment shared a lot. Yeah, if you simply punish your kids for doing stuff, they will keep doing it, but behind your back. So you gotta be smart about it. You have to actually teach your kid properly, not just demand it. You have a lot of faith in your future, our future, and it's definitely not based on logical reason. It's an emotional optimism, and I do share that. I do think our next generation will be alright, but that's because they've got like, they're not alone. We stand on the shoulders of those who came before, and those who came before have already been burned by the internet. So we made it better. It's always gotta get a little bit worse before it gets better. Because else there's no incentive to change anything. And I feel like we're in the... I feel like we're getting better. But that's based on feelings, no facts. I mean, your attention span is still being monetized by a lot of companies. That's still the very harsh truth. In a way, I'm part of the problem. I'm sort of fighting for attention right now. Unapologetically. Although I like to be a positive influence though. Technology and social media just progress so fast, it's hard for people to keep up. Yeah, like the laws and shit, the whole system, it's slow. So hopefully society can catch up and we can do whatever. Yeah. And also humans are easily influenced, especially by new technologies of convenience. It's not until we signed all of our privacy away when we figured out that was probably a bad call. But now we know. Now we've learned what companies do with that shit. And now we're more conscious about it. You gotta get burned once before you know. Yeah, Mr. Bum, I'm actually quite happy that you were inspired by that. Having any positive impact on anyone is already just enough for me to keep doing it. Because honestly, the reason why I started doing it was because I was gonna do all these things either way, whether I was streaming it or not. I mean, I was like, well, might as well, right? And then I uploaded this world record run, and the video got viral. Well, viral is a strong word, but in YouTube terms, it's quite successful. But because I didn't like promote my channel or anything, I got barely any subs out of it. But just the fact that it's possible opened up my eyes that maybe I should strive doing the thing I like because I like it, instead of having the mindset like, you probably won't make it anyway, right? Realizing that that's not the actual goal is half the battle, because now you can't fail anymore. And I appreciate that, especially at like evenings like the past week. I've been having these very chill streams, like playing this game with you all, and also the Talos Principle, those puzzles, when the people were watching in chat. Even though it's not a large crowd, it's still very cozy. It's very, very comfortable to talk to you all. There's some good vibes, and I think that, it's just the right people are here. And it makes me very motivated to keep going. It was a law designed to be slow and not make as many mistakes, but it's true. The law machine works so slow. Also, it's very reactive. Like, it's not proactive. It won't prevent stuff from going tits up before they go tits up. It's mostly something needs to go really bad, and then there's a law put in place to prevent it from going bad in the future. Which is why first we had to lose all of our privacy to companies, to big data before there were laws put into place to protect us from that, you know, after the fact, when it's already too late. And, you know, we're still suffering the effects of that. YouTube especially, it's good to just start doing what you like. It makes it easy in the future and you won't grow to hate it. Yeah, especially doing what you like. So I may have mentioned this once or twice before, but I used to stream on Twitch, I'd say about like 5 or 6 years ago. And I got up to 1,000 followers. That's wrong. 100 followers, not 1,000. I was not big at all. But this is besides the point. The point is, I was very much catering to what the audience wanted me to play, to the point where it became a chore for me, because I was playing games that I didn't really like, because I was, you know, always doing audience suggestions instead of just playing the games that I like myself. And it kind of just, like, when the situation became at home where it became a little bit harder to stream, I just stopped. Ooh, we got something. Vines. And that's a mistake I will not make again. I already set my own goal, like I'm gonna just do the things I want to do. And trust that it's fun to watch because I like doing it. It's a bit of a leap, but I trust myself to be competent enough at what I do that it can be fun to watch because I like doing it. But I suppose that's good advice in general. Don't be a pushover. Do what you want to do. Because you'll just, it'll turn into a job if you do it for other people. Because then you're working for others again. Because isn't that the whole appeal of YouTube? Being your own boss? Hold on, I'm behind on the chat again. The last video didn't do so well in comparison to the first, but it doesn't bother me. Yeah, exactly. And it's the thing for me at this moment. I've been publishing some, like the last video I did about the game of Sisyphus. I really enjoyed making that video. I had a blast. I had fun recording it. I had fun editing it. I had fun reading the comments about it. Very successful video for me. Now, algorithmically, it was one of my worst performing videos. That doesn't matter, because I felt really proud of it and I stand by the product. And I thought it was actually some of my best work too. Just because it wasn't picked up by the algorithm, or it's just, you know, those videos don't vibe as well with YouTube. I'm fine with it. I think the humor in it was on point. And if someone was to like ask like, what kind of videos do you make, I would gladly serve them that video instead of my most watched video, which is an old PB of mine with the game of Sisyphus, which I'm not proud of at all. Well, I am proud of it, but you know, I didn't actually edit anything in that video. It's just the most watched video because it was one of the first runs on YouTube, basically. Oh, and it got called out by a channel or two, which were larger than mine. It was just luck, basically. So here, like, the proof is in the pudding. as one might say. Uploading videos perform way better than live streams, and yet here I am every night live streaming because I like it more. I could have grown my channel a bit larger faster by not doing the Dallas Principle too, and just sticking to speedruns. But here I am, just being happy and streaming. But also just because of you guys, because the chat is such a cozy bunch. I'm very lucky to have the positive chat that's here right now. See, I'm good with talking into the void, but it's just more fun to actually have a conversation. I'm lost where to go next with this this level. Should probably focus on the bottom part. We need a slee. A slee? Is that a type or is that some word? I don't know. Creative myself, I don't want it to be adamant that enjoying it is always much more worth than getting short-term growth. Yeah. We need a speedrun of this game now. I should just put on a timer. I can put on a timer. I have been timing it. I'm at 32 hours right now. I'll make that 33 hours now. Yes, I think that's true, Rupert, because I think the audience can sense if the person you're watching is genuine or not. If he's doing it for, you know, if he's just making all the points to please the algorithm, or if he's actually enjoying what he's doing, if he stands behind the product. I say he, but I'm referring to me in this case. But this kind of goes for everyone. There's a lot of these channels with, you know, very fast-paced gift card giveaways, you know the ones that did the overproduced. It's funny because I parody them a lot. For instance, the title of this stream is the 3 AM AXOLOTL challenge, but I'm just, you know, kind of making fun of those 3 AM streamers. You know the ones I'm talking about. Those who abuse the death of celebrities to make a quick buck. 3 AM, I called Katy Perry. Amy Winehouse, I mean, Katy Perry's still alive. I just like to joke about it, which is why I put in the title like that. Also, I have a lot of fun with my thumbnails. Even knowing that like 90% of people will not see it. It's just because I enjoy doing them. Growing too fast can be overwhelming too. Go natural. Yeah. There's truth in that. If you would give me the audience that, I don't know, like Ludwig has, for example, I wouldn't know what to do with it. I wouldn't know how to act. I wouldn't know how to talk to them. I wouldn't know how to sift out like what people are saying, what the general vibe is. I wouldn't know how to moderate whatever's going on. I wouldn't know all of that stuff. I'd be lost in the deep. Hold up. Just count it there. Yes. Very true. I think having such a short-term boost might just damage you in the long run. In fact, you know, I'm thinking about it now. I would genuinely be scared. Imagine some big YouTuber sends a raid my way, and suddenly my viewer count goes up to like 3,000. Just an example, right? I'd be scared shitless, because now suddenly I have to like say hello, probably give them a quick pitch about what my channel is about, which I have not rehearsed ever. Probably have to ask them to subscribe or something. Re-explain what I'm doing. Like, I'd be so stressed trying to like manage this crowd. Exactly. Do not the AXOLOTL. Don't accidentally the AXOLOTL. I didn't even think about that, Mr. Baum. That's true. Like, if you suddenly inject this stream with 1,000 new chatters all going ham on that keyboard, where would you guys go? Well, you'd be in there, but I wouldn't see your messages anymore. It's like all of a sudden you guys vanish, replaced with this amalgamation of just a general vibe that's going on. Just a wall of text, lost in the sauce. Sounds kind of sad, actually. Makes me appreciate what I got right now, because other streamers that are big right now, hold on, I gotta press the right buttons. Other streamers right now who have this constant stream of chatters, they form an entirely different connection with their chat. Their chat doesn't really consist of people anymore. It's just one, you know, wall of a general vibe. You can see like the emojis scroll by to see the general mood of what everyone's at, and then sometimes like a message gets highlighted because they paid money for it. Gee, it actually feels kind of dystopian though to think about. I'm definitely not ready for that yet. I like having an actual connection to people. It's more genuine that way. You can do that. Invite all versions of yourself. Create your own sauce. It's kind of strange to kind of sad in a way that big streamers they don't really get that you know, that personal connection anymore with their chat. They might recognize usernames from time to time, but that's because those are probably the most vocal. It's feels kind of dystopian, yeah. And it's double weird because in a way that's what I'm headed towards slowly, but like, I mean, I at least like expect like in like a year from now the chat's gonna be, well, at least twice as active, right? Humble goals. But there's this dividing line. At some point, the chat stops being individual people having a chat, and it starts being, you know, the wall of text. And that transition, though not very clear where that transition lies, is a really weird turning point for any channel. I can imagine that is very, maybe even very challenging on some people. You paid here some random on the internet, read and knowledge you met. Yeah, but then you know that not just that person read it, but also everyone in chat heard it. It's like you're broadcasting to your own people. It's kind of a weird phenomenon indeed. Try and explain this thing before the internet. The internet's such a crazy place. Except because more unlikely because they need that small amount of validation to make themselves feel happy. I know it would probably work too. You're not wrong, Mr. Baum. I should probably make a Discord. Keep ownership of it myself. I just don't know a whole lot about Discord. I use it, but I've never really like made a channel myself, I suppose. I wouldn't know what to do. That's the problem. You know, you see these Discord channels from other people and it's full with like, I don't know, like roles and flares and rules and automations, and it's something that I do not feel passionate enough to like dive into yet, if you know what I mean. Which is probably a bad call. I'm probably hurting my own growth because of it. Maybe even alienating the largest fans of the channel. So I probably should get into that. Yeah, it's a good vibe to strive towards, Pinkrin. Yeah, that's a good comment. Yeah, like you can never trust a bunch of people to moderate themselves, right? It works until it doesn't. What's going on over here? One here. One here. This one's definitely looking at something over here. And yes, it's probably a good idea to do that. I'll probably get onto it. Although I'd probably have to look like put on my best puppy eyes and look at some viewer who does know their shit to like help me set it up. Because you know I'm gonna be making mistakes if you leave it up to me. I'll probably open up my Discord channel to all sorts of vulnerabilities. That's not a word that I know. Yeah, exactly. I actually know of some Discord channels that are kind of the vibe that I want. Although, like, but then, like, copying it, I wouldn't know how to do that. Discord is not Ctrl-C, Ctrl-V. That's not just copy-pastable just like that. Actually, yeah, there was a Discord once that I managed a little bit. I don't think I made it though. Back when I played a lot of MapleStory. That's a phase of my life. Jesus, MapleStory. That opens up a can of nostalgia. Oh, Rupert Bunny, you'd be like insta moderated. No worry about that. You can do whatever you feel, what is necessary to like whatever is needed. All right. I have somewhat the same situation where I have this Discord channel. It's about a guild that I was in, a MapleStory guild. Actually, it's a guild that I ran myself. I was the one who made it. And somehow it turned into the largest guild on the server that I was. It's not the official game I was playing, it was a private server. And for like a good 3 years of my life, that was the one game that I played. Huge community. We used to hop on Skype, like chat with the boys and ladies, open up a few beers, play the game, have a little chat. It's probably why I'm good at just casual chatting, I guess. I've probably improved my skills a little bit. What was I going with this? All right, Discord. So someone made a Discord for that guild, and obviously because I was guild leader, I became moderator. But I don't think I ever did a lot of it. I don't know, managing like moderation is just, it doesn't sound fun. You need people who like enjoy that in a way. Either that or you actually have to like pay people to do it. Oh, I'm missing all sorts of messages. At least I'm focused on the game. think you need the Discord if you don't have a specific use for it. Yeah, true. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it can be a lot of work. So here's my actual plan that I had in mind. So Discord has always been on the table because I know with like a community, especially if you want to be able to chat or announce things while off stream, it's just a good central place to like have your stuff out there. Maybe also a place to like promote videos. You know, it gives you a little boost. But I was kind of just gonna, and I think I'm still gonna do this. I'm just gonna wait it out a little longer until it makes more sense. Mostly because usually what the function of this Discord, I don't know exactly what it is yet. Am I explaining this correctly? Like I could make channels and stuff like that, and I could like completely make this thing functional, and then like 90% of the features will never be used because that's not what the Discord is being used for. Like my channel is still growing and it's still evolving, and whatever you're looking at right now is probably like what I'm doing right now is not what I had in mind when I started the channel. Is basically what I'm saying. I was like, oh, I'm gonna do nothing but speedruns, and now we're a chilling channel, just having vibes, just chatting, very casual, and I like this way more. And then at some point we might, I don't know, do something else crazy. But the fact that I don't know, it's probably a good idea to hold off of it from now on. And I don't know, a lot of you return to the stream, so I don't really need to announce my shit on a Discord server at the moment. Feels like it's not important yet. Here, gotcha. Oh man, imagine Discord drama. Imagine actual Discord drama. Nothing would demotivate me more to I have to moderate a Discord channel or a server. I think it's called Discord servers. And maybe somehow I'm just hoping that at some point the viewers will make their own unofficial, you know, quote unquote unofficial server. And then I can just join that one. Because most likely the audience knows better what they need than I do, because I'm the only one on the other side of this. Why would I know best about how to like set up what the viewers need? You mean image Discord? I mean, I think it's called like a Discord server, making a Discord server, because a server contains multiple channels. That's what I was getting, but it's not important. It's not important at all for what I was saying anyway, so if I made a mistake there, you can just ignore it. Please do ignore any mistakes I make. Disco drama, yeah. Yeah, because a lot of this, a lot of the drama on the internet, when they bring out the receipts, it's always Discord messages. It's always Discord messages. Feels like more of a hassle than what it's worth. Exactly. Let's just stay away from that one. This is a drama-free channel. I hope. Let's hope I won't get cancelled someday by some stupid shit I say. Like my opinion on AI. Like imagine something very uncontroversial, but it gets saved and like in 10 years from now, it's actually something controversial. That's what I fear the most. I was about to make like the worst comment ever. I'm still gonna make it. Like, remember when slavery was normal? Something like that. It used to be generally accepted. How the times have changed, right? I just imagine something like that, where I don't know your opinion about the correct, like whether you spit or swallow the bubble gum. Imagine there being this huge expose on like the harms it causes, and that it causes like child infancy deaths and stuff like that, and anyone who promotes swallowing the gum is gonna get cancelled retroactively, and they're going to stumble upon this stream I did today, and they're gonna be like, holy shit, this guy Peter and his controversial stance on bubblegum, cancel him. I have to go and make up a YouTube apology video. I'm not that man anymore. I apologize for my continuous lapses in judgment. I have to bring out the old YouTube apology tour. I'm sorry for my controversial stance upon bubblegum. I retract it all. Gotta be out of it. I was joking when I said that about bubblegum. Unless bubblegum swallowing is the new meta, then I do not take it back. Who knows what the future holds? Bubblegum drama. Let's make it an issue. Should go out to random Twitch channels, ask them the question, spot them the question. If they answer wrong, I'm making a list. Bring out the ukulele. Oh my god. That'll be the day. That was, I think, apology videos peaked at that day though. When Miranda Sings came with the apology. such a banger too. It's one thing to like make an apology song, but making an actual banger. That was a 300 IQ move, no doubt. It's starting to become late again. It's almost 4 a.m. even. We are way past the 3 a.m. challenge. Dude, I think if I get to the point where I have to make a YouTube apology video, at least then I know that I've made it. Actually getting tier listed. That'd be insane. It'll be to the point where like Moist Critical is gonna make a video about me. So here's how I do it though. If I am to apologize for something, for some fucking reason, I'm going to make the most stereotypical apology video you'd ever seen. I'm talking like the walk into the frame, sit down on the chair, big sigh, and have a long breathing. Mention that you didn't expect you'd have to make this video. Never thought I have to make this video, guys. Then I'll have my dog walk into the frame to comfort me and to distract the viewers of what I did, whatever it is that I did. Probably my stance on bubblegum, not gonna lie. Then I'm gonna tell you, I apologize that you were offended. I apologize, whatever I did offended you. You just gotta follow the script. It worked in the past. I'm pretty sure it's been done before though. Every apology video ever video, it's probably been done. I don't think that's such a unique idea. Ah, exactly. I need my army of followers who will defend whatever it is I do, no matter how heinous, even if it's about swallowing bubblegums. Actually, it's never been proven that swallowing bubblegums is bad for you. Why should he have to apologize? You guys believe in swallowing gum? Gum isn't even real. I'm having too much fun imagining it. Exactly. See how I turned out? I turned out just fine. Such a cool argument as well. It works for everything. See, my parents let me drink alcohol as a child, and look where I am now. On YouTube making shit apology videos. Was this one video I watched, was a while ago, but the gist of it is that in order to become like a large influencer or something, or like a YouTuber, you have to be a little bit insane. You have to have a large ego or something like that. It came with some solid arguments. Yeah, who believes what the big media is trying to tell you about bubblegum? What do they know? Gonna have to stop soon though. It's already really late. Just trying to at least finish up some more sections, but I feel like we're really close to like closing a lot of them soon. Not bad progress though. Not bad at all. 45%. Started at like 40, right? Maybe I'll do this tomorrow again. Heck yes. Yeah, I should probably like call it right here. It's probably the best. It's already way past the time that I usually stream, but I also start a little later than usual. So there you go. My friends, thanks for hanging out with me tonight. Once again, it's been very cozy. It's been very oh, it's just really good vibes every time. It's like past few days there hasn't been a single stream that hasn't been fun, that I look back at fondly. So there you go. That's on you guys. So yeah, thanks for sticking around, and I guess we'll see each other again maybe tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow. Unless I don't see you, but then I'll just miss you. All right, keep chewing that bubble gum. Don't trust the media. Swallow that gum. It's all good. I survived. All right, for real. See ya. Bye bye.